What's up, YouTube and Instagram and TikTok? Good to see you guys. This is a stream from IMC headquarters, aka Pegasus House or IMC Base 1, where I live with Rashta Pardibazar. My name is Yogi Chris, founder of Ninth Limb Yoga and captain of IMC. Oh, I got to turn on the camera here. Okay, there we go. What's up? So YouTubes, you're seeing me now also, other YouTubes. So welcome to the stream. Welcome Sosa, John CNR, man. We've been talking forever and totally open for streams, video stream in so we could talk game, talk anything. Like Sosa, you're on phase 1 process. We could talk phase 1 process, anything like that. Basically, I'll be talking about some of the recent teachings that I've gained from AZD, being a player in the field, living with him, being at his lectures, and seeing how he interacts with the guys. It's been profound, and it's amazing after years and years to still have profound, I think people might have in mind that they want quick fixes to their game. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. I do communicate with a lot of guys, and obviously I'm here at the hub, the nexus of IMC Nation. So 31 guys have moved here so far, and obviously I'm communicating with all of them, and I communicate with a lot of the guys in IMC that are abroad or in other cities in the United States and everything. So I have a pretty good reconnaissance of these guys that they're all seeking dating, just like myself, dating mastery, like just mastery over the dating game. Not that we need mastery, like when I say over women, yes, but it's not like I want a slave, a master slave. Like it's not that. It's just absolute mastery of the game. Like if you were going to do jujitsu or Muay Thai, or if you were going to, I don't know, even play a video game, like mastery of the game doesn't mean you never lose. Doesn't mean you're seeking to cheat. It's just you want mastery of the rules and the boundaries of the game and the strategies available and maybe the shortcuts that are available, cheat codes and hacks and things like that. Not breaking the game, but like what's available in the game. In the same way that people that code video games, they code in shortcuts or little hacks, or like this part of the wall is a hologram and you could go through the wall. You would know that unless you somehow randomly came against the wall and you saw that you went through it, or you knew someone that coded the game. There's these little cheats in the video game. And in the video game of life, there's cheats also. Hacks, and that's what people are looking at. Life hacking and biohacking and, stock trade hacking and all kinds of hacks. They're looking for hacks. It's like, it's a great word to describe this shortcut that's not, you're not being unethical by doing it. It's just it was built into the game, and you would actually be lower ethics, lower survival if you didn't take advantage of that. Like if there's a tax break in the tax code and you're a very wealthy person and you know how to put your money in certain places so that you pay less taxes, it's like a hack on your taxes. It's not illegal. It's not unethical. And in fact, you would be less ethical to all your stockholders and all the employees and everybody who relies on you, your family and everything, if you paid more taxes than you needed to when you could have paid less because the laws were there. Like you just needed to know them and whatever. Ignorance of the tax game, you'll pay more taxes. Ignorance of the dating game, you'll pay more in dating. You'll pay more to women. You'll pay more for women. You'll pay more to the court system because of divorce. You'll suffer a lot more, basically, if you don't know the rules. And the thing about the dating game, it's not like a video game that it's like done and then it doesn't change. The dating game is on the culture, and the culture is constantly changing, evolving. Even the DNA is evolving, but just very, very slowly, so that some of the DNA triggers, the genetic triggers that would trigger attraction in a woman and attraction in a man, which are different, those haven't changed so much in the last hundreds of years, thousands of years, probably tens of thousands of years, maybe. Yeah. Hey, what's up? So it's amazing that after so many lectures, probably thousands of lectures I've attended of Arash's, and sometimes he repeats something. Most of the time when he repeats something, it's much later in the chain. And so he has grown and changed a lot. And so the same teaching is different. It's delivered different words, different context. It's new. But by and large, I don't know, 80, 90% of everything AZD teaches is not repeated. It's as he's going through his own changes and development, he teaches from that. And he's in field all the time. He's in set all the time. Multiple relationships, going out with us constantly. And, if you were an expert at anything and you were participating in the game that you were an expert at, you would start innovating. You would see things that you could do because you're so familiar with the rules and the boundaries and everything that you're exploring, like, just the extent. How far can you take this thing? And so AZD continues teaching, and I continue getting realizations. And it's just amazing after thousands of lectures that I would still have mind-blowing, life-altering realizations that completely change how I perceive women, how I perceive myself interacting with women. And so one of the recent things that happened yesterday, I think, that I titled this hashtag charisma, hashtag attitude, this and that. He's been teaching charisma and character. He's always said that he's teaching character development. Guys, if you want to go live, just request to go live. He's always been teaching character development. That's the thing about AZD. Guys are looking for shortcuts with game, with pickup lines, or what do I say in this situation, or how do I get her on the date, or how do I get her to go home with me, or how do I get her to overcome, like, she has resistance to having sex with me, or something. They're looking for little tips for that stage in the game, that one. How do I cross the bridge? How do I jump up to that level? How do I get through this door? Like little parts of the game that they don't want to learn the whole game. They just want to get through that part. And it's pretty amazing how it happens, because they'll want to get through that part, and then they'll ask for help on the next part, and then they'll ask for help on the next part. Every time they get stuck on something, they'll ask for help. And what has been demonstrated by AZD himself, and then through his students that he teaches, and then a guy will level up to a point where it's like, see, that's a demonstration of exactly what I'm saying, is that the right attitude, you will solve most of the problems. That the problems you're having is a mindset towards dating and women and your value in the whole situation. And you get stuck because you have a perspective of how it's supposed to be, an expectation. When you change your mindset about women, when you change your mindset about yourself, the same problem, it just evaporates. It just disappears. It was an illusion. What do you call it? A hallucination in the desert. New problems will appear, and then you'll see that the mindset, it's not like you're on or off. It's not a yes or no. It's a gradient, and you can keep elevating your mindset more and more and more to infinity. And so you'll come across a new problem. Let's say you overcome that problem. You're doing really well. Then all of a sudden you have 2 girlfriends. Now you have a whole mess of new problems. You see the ceiling, like, I can't go up to infinity. I don't see the sky because there's a ceiling above me. The ceiling of the person's mindset as they achieve new levels at game and relationships and dating, whatever you call it, courtship, mastery over the whole game that we call it between men and women, because that is the game of life. Maybe you don't want kids. We're in a different era of human, the more overpopulation, whatever they say, and people aren't wanting kids in the Western culture. Most of the people that are watching these streams are in Western society. And so it may not seem like kids is a variable in your game, but that is what the game's rules are based on. That men and women, up until recently, like 75 years ago, whenever contraception was like widely available, is that the game between men and women was so that life went on. That's why prostitution continues to persist. That's why rape is a thing that's happened throughout time, because kids were born of prostitution and rape, and they survived. And so it became a strategy in the human race that strategy. Now, that's not ethical, but there's a lot of things in between, a lot of strategies in between that. But there's reasons for things like, if you look up the text, the science on it, that a woman who gets raped is actually more likely to get pregnant than if she had sex with her regular partner. And it's baffling. People don't know why. There's a lot of theories, but the statistics are there. You can't argue with the statistics. It's what it is. Rape victims get pregnant at a higher percentage from their rapist than normal couples with their regular sex partners. It's a higher ratio of conception, right? Why is that? Okay, so in the DNA, there's all sorts of behaviors between men and women for the game to not only persist, but improve. It has to upgrade itself. The children are supposed to be better than their parents. Every generation, you're supposed to be better, smarter, faster, stronger, whatever, more adaptable, whatever variables you could use to measure fitness. Adaptability is really the main measure, but that uses intelligence and strength and longevity and health and all that stuff. And so what makes the game persist and get better and better and better? And that means that the game of today is more sophisticated than the game of 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago. The same genetic triggers are present, but now there's a whole cultural TV show, a whole cultural theater that's happening. There was still a culture 1,000 years ago, but the culture was less sophisticated. It was less refined. There was less options. choices, less distractions. The internet, for example. You know what I mean? Globalization, you have access to a lot. That's why I'm astounded when guys are choosing dating coaches that are less than the best. Because every day, what's up, Sosa? All right, I'll let you come on in just a second as I finish this kind of thought. That, what was I saying? The game got more sophisticated and more options, internet. This, man, I just lost the point. Okay, let's just bring Sosa on then. Okay, Sosa's coming on. Here's Sosa from Instagram. Guys, if you want to go live, just request. What's up, Sosa?
How you been?
Man, it's been just another one of those days. Just when you live in Vegas, it's pretty much the same schedule every day. That's why, like, if you come here for a week or a weekend or 3 days or whatever, it's the same schedule every day. The only exception is some days at night, it's a little bit different. And we go to different clubs or whatever. So, you know how I've been since the last time I talked? We went to the club last night, woke up, did the morning process, business as usual, lecture, then advanced lecture right after it. Came home. I did require a nap because sleep was just so little last night. And so I took a nap, a little bit of meditation, and then, handling business. Like I just handle so many communication lines, as we say, with so many different people. The sound is off. What do you mean sound's off? Oh, that's why the TikTok struggles. It's because of the speaker. Let me turn off the speaker. There. Okay. Tell me if it's better, my one and only page. Comment if it got better. Okay, what's up, Sosa? How's it going? How's the process going? You're on phase 1. Did you do the calisthenics yet? Oh, what's up? You said yesterday you were going to do it. What happened?
I did it yesterday.
Okay, you did it yesterday. So then today you haven't done it. Why are you waiting until like 9, 8, 10 p.m.?
I can't sleep at night.
Yeah, but when do you wake up?
I wake up at like 4 o'clock, 4:30.
In the morning or afternoon?
No, in the morning.
So you wake up at 4:30, and what have you been doing for the last 18 hours that you didn't do the calisthenics?
Dozing off.
Huh? You were dozing off? All day for 18 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that because of the Crohn's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when you wake up at 4:30, are you like half awake, or do you like wake up, get up, and then go back to sleep?
No, I didn't sleep nothing today. What I'm saying.
Oh, so you stayed up all night?
Hold up.
What do you mean you pulled an all-nighter? What were you doing?
Like I was studying. What else? That's basically all I was doing. Because I was speaking to Stupan today, and I had some new like I saw this in the inner game product, and I was like, let me check that out real quick.
Okay. 1 second. 1 second. I got a message from AZD. Okay. Okay, so brother, the process is going to be to do. So I don't get it. So you pulled an all-nighter, and what were you doing all night?
Like studying, just like reading.
Okay, you were reading all night, and then this morning, so you haven't gone to sleep, or have you done like little naps today?
Like I took a 2-hour nap.
Okay.
I took a 2-hour, yeah, because I was like, oh man.
Okay, so let me ask you. So you were up all night, and then so in the morning, how come you didn't do the calisthenics?
I was like, no, because I had to run errands this morning.
At what time?
Like 6 a.m. I was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the city. So I had to do a couple things.
Okay. But you did the calisthenics yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday I did. I'm gonna do it right now.
You did it yesterday, and you did it yesterday night, right?
Yeah, I prefer night workouts.
But that's not the process.
Okay. Yeah, so I get it now. I get it now. So I'm just going through the first lecture. I just went through the whole 3 hours.
Okay.
So yeah,
Good.
like with the whole Chrome and everything.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the calisthenics should be done in the morning before you do anything. Like before you, no, you could take a shower, you could meditate, whatever, but before you go out in the world, you do your errands or whatever, that's the process.
Yeah, I know.
So if you want to activate the process, if you want to, make your money worth it, then you'll get the wisdom from the lectures and everything, but don't miss out on all of that nectar that's there. That's the process. If you want to be a beast, because you got the Beast Phase 1 program, it's not cheap, it's $1,500 program. So if you want to activate the beast, then, do it. Now, when I first started, it took me a little bit. I don't know if it was days or a week or 2 weeks or something. When AZD first started talking about doing calisthenics. Now, this was before it was structured, really, but he said, do calisthenics. And I remember it took at least a few days before I actually started doing it. Like, I was watching and waiting and seeing, like, is this like a new thing he's doing? Or is this just like, off the wall? He's not going to stay consistent with it. He's just going to, it's just something he's saying. Sometimes he'll say he's doing this new thing, and then within a few days, he stops doing the thing. So I didn't want to start doing it. At the time, I was full on yogi, just stretching all the time. I didn't want to do calisthenics. But at some point, I started doing it, and I never looked back. Now, I mean, we've graduated from that at this point now. But I mean, I did it straight for like a year. And still to this day, I pull from that knowledge. Like today, I did pull-ups. And I pull from that knowledge, but I combine a bunch of things. But it's my beast process. But you got to graduate that. Like I got beads because I graduated it. And, if you graduated, I'm sure AZD will give you beads. But you're so far off from it. I mean, you got to start being consistent. It starts, you did calisthenics yesterday. We do some calisthenics today, and that's fine. And, the way the routine is structured is it's not the same exercise every day. So even in the morning, you wake up, you could do some calisthenics and it won't be the same exercises. So it's fine. Not going to damage your body. But that's the process. If you can get in the habit of doing it in the morning before you run errands, that'll be best. Oh man, that will be so best. That's the best. That's how you do it.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I apologize for that. It's just that.
Nothing to be sorry to me about. I mean, you're selling yourself short.
Yeah, I get it.
Yes, sir.
I was going through something this morning. I was like, feeling too good.
Yeah, man, that's why I'm here fucking yelling at you to tell you. And if you can't sleep, then do the calisthenics in the morning. After like 3, 4 a.m., if you're not asleep, just do your calisthenics. I'll bet you can fall asleep after doing them.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because you got to get that sleep schedule under control. But more important than that, I think more important than your sleep schedule under control is do the calisthenics in the morning. I think if you do the calisthenics in the morning, your sleep is gonna change.
Yeah, and also got me into the inner game program, so I was like, I was reading it, and then I fell asleep for like 2 hours.
Yeah. So do you understand the words I'm saying? Like you got to get your sleep schedule better.
Yeah. No, I took something like a nice dose of a pharmaceutical, so I could go to sleep. The like what I usually take.
Okay, so here's your assignment: is to do calisthenics in the morning.
No, yeah, I do, but like.
No, you don't.
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. I'm just all over the place.
I know you are. So what's your assignment? Repeat it to me.
To do it in the morning.
Do what in the morning?
Yeah. The calisthenics is it.
Okay, so put it all together for me in a single sentence.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm pretty zoned out.
Yeah, man. So there you go. That's why you haven't confirmed it yet. Everybody can hear. He hasn't confirmed it yet. What is your assignment, brother?
To do the calisthenics in the morning.
Hell yeah. All right. So now you know what I'm going to be asking you about tomorrow.
Hey, you can hit me up.
I will hit you up. You asked me to hit you up when you signed up for it.
Espresso machine for you. I got an espresso machine for you, by the way.
Okay, well, I want that for sure when you get here. But I want you more than the espresso machine. I want you to do the calisthenics in the morning.
Okay, yeah, but I'm still bringing the espresso machine.
Good. I hope you have nightmares about me yelling at you if you don't do calisthenics in the morning. No, really, like night terrors. I hope you wake up screaming and sweating so that you do calisthenics.
Okay. Okay. I got you. No, today was like one of those days. You know what I mean? Like I was like getting immersed. I wanted to get immersed in everything today.
Cool.
So,
But you got to do the process. You never sacrifice the process.
nah, but
Hold on. Hold on. I got a message from AZD. I got to.
Hey, what's up, man?
Okay. All right, I'm back. Okay. Any other questions or comments?
No, brother. I'm just like, oh, I'm zoned out, like I said. Yeah, no, I wasn't feeling it today.
Okay.
I just slept like 2 hours, so I was like,
Yeah.
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 But I like what you were talking about. I like what you were talking about. No, but I was taking a little, deep dive. I was putting my toes in the water. I was taking a look at the inner game stuff. That's what I needed the most.
No, what you need the most is calisthenics. Right now, you need the calisthenics the most. If you trust me, that's what I'm saying. You're going to get the inner game because you're going to show up to class. You're going to watch classes. You're going to get inner game every single day. What you need to do is the calisthenics in the morning if you want to activate the beast. The beast energy will change you. It's not useful to do the calisthenics at night. It's not the way you could do a second workout, but do the morning workout. That'll change you in this way. Yes, sir. Exciting. Okay, brother. All right. Well, let's see if anybody else has anything. Is there anybody else that wants to go live? Or do you have any other questions, Sosa, or anything? I think that you took some pharmaceuticals. You seem a little out of it. You're sleep deprived. So you're talking, you're kind of slurring, you're all over the place. But if you have anything top of mind that you want to talk about, then let me know.
Yeah. No, of course. No, I feel like the Beast Press is a very excellent program. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, but you haven't started it yet. You got to start it, man. It is going to be excellent, but you got to start it. Well, I guess you did the calisthenics yesterday. So yesterday was Monday. So you did push-up day?
Yeah, no, I did yesterday's workout.
Wow, you did the burpees?
Yeah, I did the burpees workout, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
you feel good about it? Okay. All right. Get some sleep, brother.
Yeah, I know.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye. Okay. Cool. So everybody has something to learn from that. And yeah, the calisthenics, the morning routine will activate an urgency in you. I need to be reminded myself constantly. The morning routine will activate you. Make your wake up time. Do the proper actions in the morning before curtains up. Curtains up is a term that we use. It's a theater term. It's like you're on stage. And that's what life is. You're on stage, the theater of life. These analogies are also mentalities and mindsets that help you in the game, the way AZD teaches it. And to learn game at the highest level and relationships, you're going to have your life together. And life together doesn't mean that it's just you're making that money. That's not what it is. That's part of it, obviously. Taking care of responsibilities, having enough to take care of yourself and what you need and your family and whatever. But having your life together is an internal state. That's what AZD is teaching with charisma and attitude, is that it comes from a mindset. If you win the championship, you'll naturally be charismatic. You'll have a winning attitude. You'll have gratitude. There are sour winners, guys that win and they're still negative and down and whatever. But in general, with an untraumatized human being, if they win, they feel good. And their up spirits is very charismatic and charming. And that's all you need. AZD's demonstrated it when he's poor, when he's broke, when he's broken in his physicality, when girls have left or whatever. And so he'd have every reason when he's sick, when he'd have reasons, family, trauma, things happen in the family, somebody dies or whatever. Like I've seen it all through him. And he has every reason to be down. And I would be down in similar situations. But he demonstrates that mindset is everything. That you could see him with an injury and he's ill and his body physically looks down, but the way he communicates, the brightness in his eyes, it's a mentality. And that charisma and charm is available whatever your condition in life is. You could be hungry. You could be sleep deprived. You could be ill. You could still be charming. You could still be charismatic. It's a mentality. And that, in more layman's terms, easier terms, is how you're talking to yourself. What is your self talk? We've gone through periods in our teachings where the self talk is evil. We don't listen to self talk, completely fuck off with the self talk. We've gone through other periods where we try to surrender to it, or other periods where, you insert a mantra and like an affirmation or so and reprogram that. But at the end of the day, you are physically reacting to what you're saying to yourself. Just like if you're dreaming and you kick in the dream and you wake yourself up because your body reacts to the dream. You are reacting to how you're talking to yourself. And if you find your mood dipping or wavering or all over the place, you go left, you go right, with your attitude and your emotional state, it's because you are talking to yourself. Or you could be talking to yourself in images, where you're seeing images and you're reacting to it. Like you could be seeing an image of your girlfriend cheating on you and you start reacting to it. You turn negative and agitated or whatever. You don't know why. It's because you were entertaining an image that was your body was reacting to, just like a dream. So you actually have to be master of your mind and your mindset. And if you could do that, now what do you do with that mastery? Now AZD comes in with this North Star, so to speak, this trajectory, a compass to say, okay, you think you have mastery over your mindset. And I know that your ambition is to get the most beautiful women, get them desiring you and just wanting to possess you for themselves, to seduce them. Now, if you have mastery over your mindset and therefore your emotional condition, your emotional state, your mindset, your state of mind, emotional state, if you have mastery over it, then why not adjust and calibrate your mindset to be charming and attractive and so entertaining? You don't have to be wearing the most dapper clothes. If you have the right attitude, I'm telling you, it's like, just like I started the talk, there's life hacks, there's video game hacks, there's ways to hack the system so that you get there faster. Seduction and pickup, you can attract a woman and you don't have to be talking to her for 10 years to get her. But there's a transfer of information of your character first and foremost. That's what AZD is teaching, and he's showing the top of the planet. That's how you get a reference for it. If you're learning from a lesser coach, then he may not say that, but he is a lesser coach. And that's what's so amazing about guys that are learning from dating coaches or relationship coaches that are anything less than the best. Because it's the internet age. You have at your fingertips the best in the world. Why would you not train with the best in the world? Is it over your head? Okay. I mean, that's what it is. Then you should know that you're training with that lesser coach as a stepping stone, as a platform to a better coach. Because you're not limited to just who's right around you. Like you're going to train jujitsu, you're going to learn from somebody that's a jujitsu teacher right around you. You could learn online, but I mean, even the best instructor online with jujitsu, I mean, they can teach you mindset better than anybody, but you're going to have to practice the moves. But the mindset of communication and the attitude of relationships can be taught online. Now, you'll miss the body language. You'll miss a lot of things like going in field. So you come to Vegas and go in field with AZD, and it's not that expensive to come here. First of all, Vegas is a cheap city. Then it's a cheap city to fly into from wherever you are. Then going out with this is not that expensive. What does it cost to do a 3-day boot camp with AZD? Is not that expensive because he has 31 guys here in Las Vegas paying him weekly dues for training. He's training them every single day. So he makes his money. So for a guy to come in for 3 days, I mean, it's pretty effortless for him because AZD has a tribe of players around him that everybody's going to be coaching the guy. Everybody's going to give him adjustments and give him positive feedback. Everybody's going to be a great wingman for him. He's going to get, whoever visits is going to get a really high reference of game from every single IMC guy that he interacts with. Then he will see as the highest reference of game AZD, how he's talking to the girl, how the girl reacts to him. One of the most enlightening things to experience in the game is to be talking to a girl and then immediately see AZD talk with the girl. Or vice versa. AZD's talking with the girl and then you talk with the girl. And you see the difference in the girl, how she's reacting to you versus him. And it's like, whoa, that you wouldn't even know. Guys, you know how guys think that it's easy to fight. And so they see someone fighting and they're giving criticisms like, just armbar him. Why did you let him do that? And it's like, bro, you try to fight the guy. And then you'll see how difficult it is. And one way to measure how good that fighter is how did this other fighter do against him? And how did you do against that fighter? So I struggle with that fighter, but that guy beat him easily. Or I struggle with that fighter, but he beat that guy easily. I should beat that guy easily. So you're interacting with the girl and it's all right. It's an all right interaction. And then AZD interacts with the girl and she's blowing up laughing and touching him and all over the place, just like loving it. And you're like, whoa, why wasn't she like that with me? And maybe it's just her. Okay, do it girl after girl after girl. And it's like, okay, it's my game. It's how I'm communicating. And then if you ever have the privilege to be near him, that you can hear what he's saying with the girl, it's just basic English. It's just regular English words, but it's the delivery and it's the timing. And it is, what is he saying? His conversation doesn't go so dry and mundane like other guys. It stays fantastic, but at the same time, it's double speak. So he's speaking elements of truth. It would be like talking to somebody as if they were a princess or they were an elf or a fairy or they were a mermaid or they were somebody like they were an alien from Mars or Venus or something. But if you were talking to that person and that person actually deep in their mind, they didn't divulge it to everybody because people will make fun of them, but deep in their mind, that girl thought of herself as a witch or thought of herself as not from this planet. She's from this other planet. And if you can read that in her and you're talking fantasy with her, so now there's an element of truth because it's true to her. So you now have some real plot line going with her. But then you have this fantasy and nobody's talking to her like that. And it activates the imagination. You two are living in some imaginary world together in how you're talking with each other and you agree on it. Like you're a warlock, she's a witch, or she's a vampire, you're a werewolf, or some fantasy like that. To the outside world, they don't know that that's what you're talking about. That's what I mean. So if you leaned in and you were hearing AZD talk with a girl, you would hear how fantastic it is. It's out of the ordinary. And yet it's basic English vocabulary. It's nothing. He's not using like big words or anything like that. That's what's so incredible. It's the delivery, it's the creativity, and all of that comes from a mindset. Charisma isn't a delivery. It's a charismatic delivery. And that comes from a mindset. So how do you adopt the mindset? That can be learned anywhere in the world. You have a Zoom, you have internet, go on Zoom and listen to AZD's lecture. And it'll change your mindset. You can't help it. Unless you're on drugs like Sosa. Then if you're not on drugs, and even on drugs, it'll change you. But if you're clear-headed and you're watching, you will change. Just understanding the words he's saying, you will change. And then you go out in the world changed. And when you have changed your inner state, you will make different decisions, say different things, interact differently, and you'll get different results. Because that's what your social results are based on. How did you interact? How did you talk? How did you move? Even down to the decisions of what did you wear? How did you groom yourself? How do you smell? Your hygiene, this and that. All of that will change when your mindset changes. Particularly if your mindset about dating. Because I could change your mindset, or somebody could change your mindset about stock trading or football or whatever, drinking. That might have secondary effects on your dating, but what's going to most change your dating is dating mindset. So when you have a player, the top player on earth with multiple gorgeous relationships, all super loyal, who's constantly in the game and constantly teaching game, when he gives you game mindset, seductive mindset, charming mindset, you become a better player, more charming, more seductive. And the people around you will magnetize. You'll magnetize them with your charm. And it'll fade, and then you go to another lecture and you learn more. And then it'll fade, you go to another lecture and you learn more. Over time, your baseline for how charming you are goes higher and higher. Eventually, you'll come in Vegas and you'll come to Vegas for IMC Nation boot camp or something, and you'll get a very high reference for charm. You'll feel the aura, the power of the presence of someone who's charming, and you'll feel enchanted when you're listening to them. And that's what this is. It's literally the art of enchantment for social dynamics, not just for one's personal ambitions. Let me enchant you or put a spell on you so that whatever. But it is a love spell, but it's not like I'm isolated and I'm doing some ritual with some demonic entities or whatever to try to cast a love spell on that person over there. It's actually go interact with that person, talk with them, and they will fall under your love spell. The same way a guy with a beautiful girl, a lot of guys don't even have interactions with beautiful girls. But if you do, to the player or the person that knows what they're looking at, they will see the guy fall under a spell. The guy will turn dazed. He'll get glossy-eyed talking with her. He'll turn hypnotized talking with a beautiful woman. So a love spell is the opposite of that. When I'm talking to her, she's falling in love with me as I'm talking to her. It's knowing what to say, how to say it, when to say it, and how to listen so that you know what to say. What to say it's not the same thing for every woman. It depends on her. So you got to listen. It's the art of listening. And listening is communication also. So you can acknowledge or nod or things like that. And it's just amazing how AZD is able to enchant a person by how he listens. That's all part of this game. All right. Yes. AZD Mindset Mastery, Instagram. Yes, sir. Okay, everybody. Can you explain the psychology of how that works? A guy getting enchanted by a woman. Well, a lot of it has to do that he's very lustful. So he's actually very thirsty and hungry for female affection. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Zeke, I think we've been talking, man. Love to see you on the game classes. So he's lustful and he starts imagining her naked, starts imagining all sorts of things with her. He starts getting his fantasies start getting triggered because he's so needy for the female attention and affection and whatever. So he has the weakness in him. And that's what it is. Like to be put under a spell, you have weakness. So the woman gets put under a spell. And yes, that is a weakness, but it should be. When a woman meets a powerful man who's strong and knows how to talk to her because he has so much pre-selection and experience with women, she's designed by nature to fall in love with that man. Just like you're designed by nature to fall in a love trance to a beautiful woman that's giving you time a day. If she's giving you time, that means you're that much closer to procreating with her. And God or DNA or whatever made it so that you go into a love spell with her. Yeah. Good. I'm glad it makes sense because it'd be weird if it didn't make sense. So, Zeke, if you want to go live, because I'm about to wrap it up here, but if you want to go live since you're on, just I'll just go ahead and invite you now if you want to talk. If not, it's fine, but let's see. Oh, you already left. Or I don't see you. Just comment if you want to stream. Okay. All right, everybody. Are there any other questions? I'll look online here. On the laptop, I mean, because everywhere is online, obviously. Okay. All right. So how do you get more involved? That's the daily classes. That's in the link in the description on YouTube and the bio and TikTok and whatever. Find silence within. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but I'm not married, so I don't. All right. But I do have 3 girlfriends and I don't beat them. To go live. Yeah, if you want to talk game. Oh, I think it needs me to have 1,000. Really? No. To go live on your own account, but you can live stream with me if you want to. I think I can invite you right now. Is that true that you have to have 1,000 followers to be invited to go live? Because the thing is I don't even see you on my list of viewers, but you just commented. So I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how that's possible. Zeke, go ahead and yeah, I think so. It's a man, but we're on TikTok, so I know I've gone live with people that didn't like because I think that oh, see, I can add people as guests. I don't know if that was you, Zeke, that I just added. I just requested somebody. Because I went live with Tanko Beats the other day, and I don't think he has 1,000 followers. I don't know, maybe he does. Tank, do you have over 1,000 followers? Because he's private account. Oh, maybe it's because you're private account, bro. Okay, maybe I can only go live with public accounts. Okay, so there's that. Anyway, if you are on Instagram, send me a message, and then in the future you can go live with me on Instagram. I believe private accounts can go live on Instagram. Otherwise, you can always go to the Zoom also. But to do that, you would just be in my Telegram groups. I know I use 100 different apps. But if you're in the Telegram group, then I post the Zoom link. And dang, okay, how do I change that? Yeah, in the future. Yeah, just Google how to, or just play around with buttons on TikTok, how to make it public, right? And then we could talk game. And then that would be very helpful for everybody. Okay, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next stream. But I love your talking on, brother. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Come to the game class, man. That's really, I mean, that's AZD, and I'm next to him, and it's a dialogue, and then there's 4 or 5 other guys in the room, and it's a mastermind about game. Plus, there's guys online. That's high level game. This is, I struggle to relate with everybody because it's across platforms and everybody, I don't know where your game is at, whatever. But in the game class, it's much more structured and you hear the dialogues with people. So you learn a lot more because you'll hear this guy's mindset, that guy's mindset, whatever. Private accounts don't show as viewers. That's why you don't show as a viewer. Dang. Okay, great. Yeah. So to join the game, same for Tanko Beat. Link in the bio. When you sign up, it's $97 a month. Then you get directed to a YouTube video of me, 15 minutes, explaining the program and everything you need to know about it. Then you'll have a calendar link if you want. You could do a 15-minute one-on-one call with me because I know if we go live on this, it's public. So maybe there's some things you don't want to say. On the Zoom call, we could talk frankly. And then there's an archive of recordings of AZD lectures. Then I'll be able to tell you where to study because we've talked and I'll know exactly what you should study because I know what all the lectures have. Okay, but get 1,000, you'll be sweet to go live. Okay, you can do that then. Okay, guys, so that's what I recommend. The game on YouTube, everywhere, Instagram, the game, the game, the game. That's where the game is at, is an AZD's program called The Game, $97 a month. Get on it. It's worth it. It's worth selling all your shoes and not eating for a few days. It's worth it. Os. See you guys. Okay.